Hi viewers, Purple Celery here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing episode 3 of series 12 of Doctor Who, Orphan 55. So the title was a bit mysterious. I had no idea what Orphan 55 referred to. It reminded me a little bit of that old cop show Car 54 Where Are You? Which is not to be confused with those other numerically titled cop shows, Adam 12 and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But I am digressing, so I'm just going to jump straight into my overall impression of this episode, which is that I felt like it was quite a big step backward from Spyfall. I thought the Spyfall two-parter was overall pretty good, but this just felt like a backward step. I think for me, this episode just didn't really feel like anything new or fresh. The whole concept of the Doctor and a bunch of survivors being picked off one by monsters or an evil force, I feel like it's been done many times before in Doctor Who. In 2005, this episode might have felt unique and new. Maybe even in 2010 it might have felt that way. But now in 2020, 15 years after Doctor Who was rebooted, I just feel like episodes of this ilk just feel like they're pedestrian. They just feel like they're filler, basically. And this was disappointing for me because I saw that the writer of this show was Ed Himes, and he did last year's episode It Takes You Away, which I quite enjoyed. Like, I thought it was one of the stronger episodes, but yeah, I felt like the writer just dropped the ball a bit on this episode, and he made it a bit too generic. So Orphan 55 kicks off when the TARDIS team wins an all-inclusive holiday to this day spa. Their holiday basically lasts all of 5 minutes before the spa is attacked by these monsters. I will say this for this episode, the monsters looked genuinely scary. They had this like menace and violence about them, which I thought was quite creepy, and the makeup and the prosthetics were quite well done, so the monsters were definitely a big plus for me. It was also nice to see Ryan getting a bit of a love interest in this episode. I did enjoy the kiss between him and who was the girl, Bella. I think this is probably like the first kiss that we've seen maybe in Jodie Whittaker's run of Doctor Who episodes. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, it was nice to see that bond between them, even if they were bonding over their dead parents. Nice to see like a little bit of jealousy from Yaz, perhaps. I did have a bit of an issue with the love interest character though, Bella. She was a bit stroppy, and I also thought it was a bit ridiculous how when she finally met her mum or realised who her mum was, the conversation was like, "Oh mum, why did you abandon me when I was a child and never see me?" And like the mum was like, "Oh sweetheart, I was just too busy building you a day spa." Now I am about to talk to the big reveal in this episode, so there is a spoiler alert. 3, 2, 1... Okay, so we find out in this episode that the planet that they're on, Orphan 55, which is the name of the planet, is actually Earth many years into the future, after it's been basically decimated, and the monsters are in fact the descendants of humans. I did like the reveal, even if it's been done before in movies like Planet of the Apes. I did enjoy the scene when they were going through the tunnels and the Doctor sees a sign in Russian and realises that they're on Earth. I did think that was like a genuinely good reveal, and I certainly didn't see that coming. I was less sold, however, on the Doctor's speech at the end of the episode. I just thought that it was too preachy, and I also felt like, I think Yaz or one of the characters mentioned climate change being a factor in what had happened to planet Earth. I mean, I think it was like a lot more than climate change which made the planet what it had become. Getting back to the Doctor's preachy speech, I thought it was noteworthy how she basically told the companions that this version of the future isn't a fixed point, and that they still have the opportunity to, choose their own future, basically. Them being the human race, obviously, not just Graham, Ryan, and Yaz. This confused me a bit because I kind of thought throughout Doctor Who that it's been more or less established that the Earth's future is kind of, I guess, set already. I mean, yes, Doctor Who has touched on fixed points in time, which normally occur when like people die, and I can't think of the other word, flexible points in time, which is still open and I guess malleable. But yeah, I was just a bit confused that the entire future of planet Earth is so not fixed, is so up in the air still. So I'm just not sure how that fits in with what Doctor Who has been saying up until this point. It also makes me think, in all those episodes of Doctor Who where the Doctor and his companion or companions travel to the future, such as, say, the end of the world in Series 1, does that mean that like all those episodes and everything that like happens might not actually come to pass now? That's a real mind bender for me. It sounds a bit like I've been hypercritical of this episode, which isn't really the case. Like, I didn't think it was a bad episode, but I didn't think that it was a good episode too. It was just a blah episode for me. So I'm kind of hovering between a 5 out of 10, a 6 out of 10. I'm going to be generous and give it a 6, just because I think the setting and the special effects got it over the line, but that's a generous interpretation from me. But as always, that's just my opinion. What did you guys think about Orphan 55? Do you think that I'm a complete doofus and that the episode was fantastic? Did you love the episode? Or did you think that it had a few flaws in it, like me? I would love to hear your opinions in the comments section below. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week in what hopefully will be a bit of a better episode. Anyway, this is Purple Celery, over and out. Thank you so much for watching.